Matthew David Fritz. Welcome to another IGTV episode where we go under the hood to explore the nuanced techniques of chords of a man music. Today, obviously, we're going to be talking about the cello. Now, I got this cello about a year and a half ago. Never had played cello before, but I was tired of using the virtual synth instrumentation on my computer to generate cello sounds. So I decided, that's it, I'm buying a cello. And by the way, all my instrumentation is done acoustically, recorded live with a mic. With the exception of piano, I play the piano, I play the keyboard, but it's connected to a computer and it translates the signal into a synth signal. However, I'm actually playing that keyboard. So it's real, it's just that's the only thing that's processed as a synth. But everything else is acoustic, and the cello is no different. I really wanted to explore a lot of the textures that came with this beautiful acoustic instrument. So I implemented it in my songs, many different sounds that I experimented with, and I came up with a handful of them that I've been using regularly in the last two albums. So I'll demonstrate some of these techniques because some of these are just neat techniques that I found just by happy accident. So the first one, it's not really that unique, but it's this epic mood, this cinematic score type feeling that you get when you're hearing like these deep cellos. So in the first song on If Arrows Fly, our latest release, the song is called Love You Would Provide, the first version. The second version is guitar, but the first version is cello and piano. And the first version, it sounds something like this. Of course, it starts with piano, but then it goes into the cello. Run far away and swear by love I'll never forsake you. Hide in the field. If arrows fly, they're coming to break you. And then it goes into a percussive part. Darkness of night will cloak your flight. The new moon is nigh. Soon we will find the peace of life. From love he would provide. So very beautiful stuff. But that's just one way, I've learned to use this. Another technique that I found was just something that I do when I sit down and come up with the instrumentation on a record. It's usually in front of the microphone, on the spot, hitting record, and just what we call noodling around, where you move your fingers around and you just feel where the music is leading. So in this case, like on the one song, I think it's the 10th song, One Smaller Cross, I use the cello throughout the song, but in particular, there was a solo that was just one cello. And so I was noodling around and I just came up with this neat solo. And in that solo, I had a little technique that I discovered on the spot while I was recording, and I thought, well, that's kind of cute. So I decided to keep it. So I'll play the solo as best as I can, and you'll see the technique that I'm talking about in the midst of it. The technique that I'm talking about is that little, I don't know what you call it, wiggling the finger. I don't know, but it sounded really neat, and I thought, yeah, I'm going to keep that. So that was one other little thing that I've discovered just as a happy accident. Then going to the album Just Speak a Word, that's when I was first learning how to use the cello. And I remember one technique that I really found that I really liked was the pizzicato cello, where you're plucking strings. And I thought, man, this sounds really good. Really, I call it crunchy pizzicato, because it just has a crunchy sound to it. And your fingers scraping across that chalky string just creates this this bite that you can't get on a regular bass. And I play the bass, but I just can't get that sound. It's higher pitched than a bass, but nevertheless you get the lower tones. So like I used it in Jesus Wept. Let's see, it goes. Very simple, but it had that nice texture to it. So I kept that, and you can hear that predominantly right in the beginning of that song. Then, lastly, another technique that I found as a happy accident was in the song, the Healer Psalm, which is the third song on that album. And in that one, at the end, it has this very strong cello, and I just really wanted to jam into it, just to really release that harsh tone, just as hard as I can. But I wasn't really capable of controlling the bow, and I wasn't holding it right, and I probably still am not holding it right. But nevertheless, I was playing around with it, and I thought, I really want this sound, but I just can't control it. And then the lack of control actually created a sound that I really liked, and I kept. It would just jump across the string. And I thought, well, it kind of actually works for the song. Just speak a word and I believe my son will live. I'm not hitting it right, but you get the idea. And if you listen to it, and I amplified it quite a bit, so you can really get that gritty punch. But if you listen to it, it's just perfect for that moment. Anyway, these are some little happy accidents that worked out in our favor. There's nothing wrong with experimenting. You don't have to be an expert to play an instrument. Just watch YouTube. You'll be fine. And just have fun with it. And that's the most important thing. But anyway, that's enough for today. Next time I'll have a different technique for you. So enjoy, and we'll see you later.